What an amazing, blissful moment to be here with you all. This is really the bliss of the mother that is expanding through all of us. And we are becoming more and more connected to nature. And so many people around the world are witnessing the rainbow clouds, but also having animals come to them. And it's because usually the elemental queendom is the first one to know, and humans are usually the last ones to notice. And so I believe that we notice what is expanding through us. Once upon a time, as you know, it's a very long story, but it's good to remind ourselves we used to be beings of love. We knew nothing but love, and that love is returning. It is really what is the guiding principle, the law on the new earth. I like to call it the law. When I visited the new earth, I don't know if it was the second time or I was definitely the second time actually. When I was able to speak with the native people, and I say native because today we would say, oh, those are the native tribes we know in North America. But the new earth is a reunification of all tribes, and we are part of the native tribes. And so when I spoke with the native people of the Hopi tribe who reside already on the new earth, so communication to me can happen either through words, but also very much telepathically when you are on the new earth. And my first visit actually was with what I would call, humans like myself, not natives as such, physically in appearance. And we were communicating through words. So I learned through words. The second time was telepathic communication. And I was with my family, that is the Hopi family that many of you might know as the Hopi tribe. Yesterday, I showed an image of a book called The Serpent People, where the Hopi people remember being part of the rainbow serpent as well as the Australian Aboriginals also, of course, and so many other tribes like the Zuni people here in Northern America also, and many other. But I was with the Hopi people, and I was with a family member that I even didn't know that I had in this lifetime. But on the new earth, you might have a whole new family, uncles and sisters and brothers and grandmothers, and you will recognize them all. And that's really fun. And so I'm speaking to this family member, and he was explaining to me telepathically how the new earth operates. And so I'm able to speak about it. And today, our gathering, we started yesterday with a new moon. We are moving with the lunar cycle. We are moving forwards towards the full moon, which will be our final activation for what we call cosmic abundance. And so this has a lot to do with cosmic abundance, the new earth, of course. So the new earth is the absolute cosmic abundance, of course. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a hopeful, wishful thinking. It is actually the reality of the new earth. And so one of my purposes in Cosmos is to be an oracle. And I'm not alone. There is actually a group of us. And what we do is something really fun as oracles. We actually read the mind of God. And then we travel through different worlds, and it is our purpose to share this information and to really inspire others by these beautiful visions. And so here is the vision that my family gave me on the new earth, not just the vision, but experience actually. So the new earth is the world of absolute cosmic abundance. And how is it even possible? Well, it is possible because when you are in these beautiful higher dimensions that operate on the principle of cosmic nurturing energy, which is the rainbow light, then all is available. There are no limits to what beings can create, and everyone is operating from the heart. No one even knows what unconsciousness is, which is really wonderful. It is the sweetest feeling of love that you experience simply by existing in a dimension that only has consciousness, love, and cosmic energy. Now, because cosmic energy is so abundant, there is no limit to it. It flows through all things. Then, of course, all the beings on the new earth know exactly how to take it in and how to expand it, which is the purpose of all of us. Even now, if we were fully aligned with our purpose would be the same thing. So we can choose it now if we want to. Cosmic energy flows in. It really does happen through the geometry of the tree of life. It flows through you. It has, the top and the bottom that creates the crown and the root, and a being in the middle. This is the only purpose we really have, is to take in as much as we can and to transmit out naturally more. Now, this is complete surrender, and there is no effort required. How wonderful is that? It just flows in and flows out, and the only thing that you are responsible for is your openness. The ultimate opening force in cosmos for all beings is love. So all beings have the same amazing design, the tree of life. All beings have a sacred heart, and that sacred heart either is fully open and then more and more and more and more, because love can infinitely expand. It doesn't also have a limit. Or beings choose, in our world, unconsciously to shut the sacred heart, and then very little can actually flow. So I don't know if I actually can close the videos for people, but if you guys don't mind not having your video on, it always is easier when you turn it off. Thank you. And so this, once again, is our cosmic abundance. This is cosmic abundance. And it is our natural design. It is our original blueprint. And it is what people call the rainbow body, as it is, but also diamond rainbow body, as Divine Mother called it last night. So I was with Divine Mother last night. She was preparing me really well for this really, she called it a lecture about the cosmic abundance, but we're going to be meeting until the full moon, which is going to be a really powerful full moon. For those of you who follow what the moon does, it's going to be a full moon lunar eclipse. So that's huge. The eclipses are so powerful, so unbelievably powerful. We just had one yesterday, right? And off we go into another one. So this is how we shift cosmos. When Divine Mother created cosmos in her own body, she created cycles, incredible amount of cycles within cycles upon cycles, small cycles, big cycles, huge cycles, short cycles, long cycles. And that is, there is this machine, is it called perpetuum mobile? I don't know, it's a Latin word, perpetuum mobile, something that perpetuates itself. Something that infinitely perpetuates itself. And that's what cosmos is. Perpetual. It is perpetual because of the cycles, because of the changing conditions. The conditions will never, ever be the same, ever. Even if it is a full moon, that full moon will never be the same like another full moon, because of all the other cycles that accompany the full moon as everything moves through cosmos. So imagine the genius design behind cosmic cycles, always offering new conditions. Now, again, I should be speaking about cosmic abundance, and I will, but I just want to say, how incredibly genius is it to create so many different cycles that now and again align, and they influence each other, and then they create always new conditions for you and me and all the other beings in this cosmos to always have a new opportunity for self-realization. It never ends. And the self-realization is also not a destiny. Once we self-realize, well, the self, I guess the divine self, of course, then we really get going with this game, and we really go for it. And we want to expand, like here you see this beautiful rainbow body, because it only gets better. And then, of course, we get to be of service. And so, cosmic abundance, that is the principle, energy that sustains all life. This is how she is seen by those who can see. When I see her like this, I always know this is what the Taoists spoke about. She is the Tao. This is the Tao moving. And for those of you who study Taoism, you know, to me, this is like the best teachings, I guess, of Divine Mother is Taoism. And I still think that many people will never understand what it's really about until they see her like this. And so this is how she is supposed to flow abundantly through all life, and she does. But it is up to you and me to be liberated to receive this. Now, cosmic abundance to me has nothing to do with money, but don't be disappointed. If you want to be creating money in your life, you will be creating money in your life. But again, let's think about how things really were designed to be, because that's what's really interesting. We were designed to be fully sustained, absolutely sustained, and not only sustained. So let's go with sustained. What does it mean to be sustained by life force? Well, we were much more etheric to start with. And so we had life force like this, the Tao flowing into us. We were fully open. And so it was flowing through us, into us, out of us. But we were not supposed to be just still. We were designed or birthed to actually create. Because without creation, what do you have? Nothing. Creation exists so that really this big bang, let's say the explosion of the original consciousness, is constantly expanding through our hearts into more. Cosmos, which is the body of Divine Mother, can only expand through creativity and creation. So you do have the original consciousness expands, but it needs to be used by the beings within creation. And so we have the responsibility to take this cosmic abundant energy in as much as possible, or as little as you choose. You know, it's always up to us. Then to give it this imprint that is within us, your unique essence, and then it gets transmitted automatically without any effort out into the world. Now, of course, you understand this is a genius design. Energy flows in. It mixes in with your sacred essence, with your divine mind. It inspires you also, and then it comes out of you. All of this happens instantaneously. I call it the cosmic breath because it has nothing to do with the lungs, but it has everything to do with your being. It is as if your entire being was breathing. You inhale with your entire being this cosmic energy in every moment. Right now it's happening to you, whether you want it or not, actually. And it just depends on how much energy you can allow. And then it comes out of you again. It's like the exhale. And again, it's not the lungs, it's your entire being exhaling into cosmos. And not just, you know, here to like one person, your family. You are constantly in communication energetically with the world, with the collective, but not only with this world, with all other worlds that you are connected to. So that's why the goal of all things is to achieve cosmic consciousness, because then you have the influence and you can really be this amazing player of, you know, really a creator being in cosmic terms. So cosmic abundance is this. It is available to all of us equally. There is no inequality in cosmos. We choose our place by either shutting down or opening up, shutting down, opening up. And so how do we open up to this greatness? So number one, I would say once again, in this world, we had, you know, a monetary system that I believe really was an expression of unconsciousness of this. And as far as I know from Divine Mother, something really dramatic happened during the Babylonian times. And so I would almost believe that what I experienced as this huge fall in the planetary energy happened actually during the Babylonian time. But again, it's just what I think from what I experienced. Because, for example, when you experience a past life, like I have experienced, then, you know, there's nowhere like calendar hanging around you, but you have an experience of something and you kind of have a feeling of when this was, unless it is 100%, you know, like the end of Atlantis, you know, the flood came and that was it, you know, or, you know, like the end of Moon, because you see what's around you. But for me, I saw this major fall in consciousness into deep, deep unconsciousness during what I would call the Babylonian time. And so that affected us. And after that, everybody was disconnected from this abundance, really, to like such a high degree that I would say we became energetically really, some people say enslaved, but I would say energetic beggars. Suddenly we thought we have to get the energy from the outside world instead of cosmic source, planetary source. And so suddenly it seemed like we have so many needs and we just can't meet them at all by, you know, either like we start hoarding and we focus on money and exchanging money and time and jobs and all of that. It took away from us. And so this system will have to be transformed. It's going to be actually a major, you know, you can imagine that this ascension process is going to change the governments of the world, and it's going to change all the systems of the world that actually did not function on the principles of nature. And that's this. This is the highest principle of nature, the rainbow, really attunement to cosmic and planetary energies, which of course are nature. So what does it mean for us? So we'll be working here in about 9 minutes. We'll go into the first meditation, which will be from this album. It's a course with Oren. Again, hopefully you can get it. It's $49.95. Again, I just promote the work that I love. And you see the rainbow spiral here. We will be learning to become so magnetic to all the good things. And we will do it from a very spiritual, you know, perspective. We will be using very, very, very advanced mystical tools to do it. Now, of course, you know, Sanaya Roman had to call this creating money so that people understood, you know, oh, abundance, you mean money. But actually, we'll go beyond it. So, of course, ask for money if that's what you want. But I have learned from the beings that I have worked with in my life to actually not ask for money, but ask for all the things that I want, like, what do you want? Oh, I'd like to have this. Oh, okay, good. So here you have it. Instead of like, I'd like to have money so that I can buy it. Because a creator being creates things and experiences, conditions, feelings, state of being, you know? So a creator being doesn't say, oh, I need money so that. A creator being says, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And it always is a heart's desire. So, you know, that's just my recommendation. So for example, just to give you a really practical example, one day, this was, I think, in 2008, my guides came to me in the morning when I was getting ready for work. And I was working for the government in Berlin at that time. And so they came to me, I'm getting ready, and I always did my meditation in the morning. And they said, Adi, we really needed you to go to Mount Shasta. And I had no idea what Mount Shasta was. And so I said, okay, so it's Easter. That's going to be really expensive to fly to the US. I've never been to the US. And, you know, I want to travel in comfort, let's be honest. And so they said, don't worry, we'll give you everything it takes. And so I didn't say, I need the money. I said, I want comfort. I want a good flight. I want a nice hotel. I want, you know, somebody to take me around. I want this to be very easy. And so they made it very easy. And of course, in this world that requires money still, and soon it will not, but they delivered all the money that it took, but I didn't ask for the money. I just said, provide this experience, provide this experience. This is how I want to feel. And so to me, a creator being goes for the end result. Now, for example, if you already feel super, super abundant and it never even, you know, is an issue for you and you always have whatever you need, you can still ask for more really opportunities to serve Divine Mother. Divine Mother is always about service. How can you serve more? And of course, in this world, still, until the ascension process is complete, money will be an amazing way to serve others. So, just an example. But also, you can totally take abundance to a whole new level where you will be asking, for example, for abundance of divine experiences, abundance of connection with Divine Mother, Father, God, abundance of your superpowers, abundance of the siddhis, the great gifts, abundance of healing energy you can offer to others, and so on and so on. So I see what Tigger is saying exactly. You want to put the final result in what you're creating, because a creator doesn't really ever, as a creator being, you don't go through money, you go for what it is you want. So for example, Divine Mother in 2017, when she appeared to me, it was in the morning when she appeared as the Green Tower, and I sat down in meditation. I have a little meditation chair in the bedroom as well, just so that in the morning I can quickly meditate before the day starts. So I sat down with her and I said, okay, so what can I do for you? And she said, I want you to start this and do this and start, education programs. I want you to start a nonprofit. I want you to teach about animals. I want you to do this and this and this and this. And so she didn't say, I want you to get enough money to do that. She said, just this is the end result. So that is what is going to guide you. And so again, and you say, Divine Mother, however I can achieve this, just support me, and she will support you. But again, Orin will guide us through this amazing process. There's a lot to be said about divine abundance, cosmic abundance, and I will guide you. And I've had miracles upon miracles upon miracles happen, and the what I would call creation process can be instantaneous. And I will share about that a little bit too. So again, we are part of a mystery school here. So the mystery is very big, but I want to actually emphasize one thing. So for example, in my life, and again, I hope these examples are just helpful. I always try to use examples because that's something that I really experienced. So I feel like, okay, I can talk about it. It's tangible. It worked. And because it worked, here it is. So my number one goal in this lifetime was not creating money ever. And yet abundance just kept coming all the time as like a side effect of actually seeking the divine. And I wasn't specifically even seeking Divine Mother or the Creator. I was just seeking the divine, how we start with, angels, and then maybe a master, and maybe then we finally get to Divine Mother. And so when we first seek our divine self, then our divine self, I like this quote from the Bible, the divine self, it adds everything onto us. And so seek the divine mother, seek the creator God, seek your own divine self first, and all else shall be added onto you. And to me, this is actually the fastest way to create the most positive changes in your life. So I've seen this work in every area of my life. So for example, some people like to focus on relationships, some people like to focus on their mission and purpose. And I would say focus really fully and completely on seeking your divine self first. And that will take you to Divine Mother, that will take you to Source, and that will open all the gateways within your being to receive all, as Patricia Cota-Robles says, all the good things. And they will be really, really good things. And then more good things, and then more good things. And you will be so blown away how many good things you can receive. Starting, to me, for example, your intimate relationship. If you are in a relationship, then your relationship provides either peace, harmony, love, support, inspiration, or not. And so if any of you ever had a relationship that doesn't really ignite you every day, and I mean your spirit, not physically. It can be physically too, but I go for the spirit. So spiritual, belonging with someone, being on an amazing path together. And even though you're different and you might have actually different ways to approach the divine, still the divine has to be what you share. because that's like a big deal, right? And so that to me is really a big deal too. You want someone really peaceful and harmonious next to you so that nobody breaks your peace and harmony when you're working with the divine, right? For example. So Divine Mother will give you that, of course. Divine Mother will give you abundance. Divine Mother will give you health. She will give you all the things because she loves you so much. And again, I'm not saying it as like, oh, let's hope for it. She will do it. That's it. Because she said it was all meant to be beautiful. And so one more thing before we go into the meditation. And I saw the question about, gifting money, tithing. So I'm going to speak about that too. Abundance has everything to do with world peace. All abundance issues in this world, of course, are deeply tied to what we have in this world, which is exploitation, colonization, abuse of resources, of people, and so on and so on. And I so much hope this is all going to change and that we are the change makers and that this is the end of all this nonsense here, which is all caused by what we call unconsciousness. Patricia calls it the forces of imbalance. That's one way to describe it. And so when we have abundance, all of us, and we understand how abundance is truly created from source by being open to the divine self, that is our nature. We actually then don't even care about abundance because it becomes our nature. It's like breathing then. It just comes to you because you're breathing, you're existing. So of course you must be abundant. So that's going to be the new earth. The new earth is absolutely no need for a monetary system because why? It already gives you all that you could call you need, but you actually don't need anything. And again, just before we go into the meditation, this is what we are creating within us right now. And that is to be so free that you can actually constantly be in your natural flow of cosmic abundance. So what I think about giving, and I think it's called pronounced tithing, I always give when it gives me joy. And it gives me joy all the time to give. To give something, very often I do give money too. Whenever it gives me joy. And I received an email from someone who was giving and it was not giving them joy. And they were giving to a friend who needed, but it went beyond, the comfort zone. So I say, give when it gives you joy. I very often feel the inspiration to give, like just because it ignites you. So if it's your joy, give. And that's my answer to that. I would not go by some rule which says you have to give 10% of your income. And I know Patricia says you should, but I follow the joy of giving. Divine Mother told me that our future economy will be the economy of joyful giving. And so when we all give what we, are very good at, when we all give whatever it is that we can and want, then it's going to be amazing when we all do it. Of course, that's the key, right? So, and with that, let us go into this beautiful meditation. So that's going to be the topic until the amazing, amazing full moon on November 8th. So this is the magical work we will be doing. And for those of you who are clairvoyant, I hope that you see the magic that is being emanated to us and that every single one of us is receiving so much solar light, meaning the light of our soul, to support us. And of course, this is a collective. And to me, this is miraculous, collective of us on this planet working through this big topic, which is something that has been taken away from humanity, and that is cosmic abundance. And so we are working very, very mystical teachings. This is not kindergarten stuff. There's a big difference between creation and manifestation, and we are creating. Creation is what we are engaging in. Yes. And so you see the rainbow spiral, that is the Tao. That is what we all are restoring within us. This is the beautiful magic that has been lost on planet Earth, and we are remembering together. So when we remember, when we bring it all in, we surrender to it, it will bless us. She will bless us. She is the great mother. And this is her rainbow light. It is in you and me, and she is counting on us. She is counting on you. And I just will play one more time this beautiful rainbow spiral. So everything you look at always goes into your pineal gland. We don't look just with our physical eyes. It goes into our pineal gland. Let us embrace in our pineal gland this amazing spiral of rainbow light, blessing all the stars that you are. Every single one of you is a star being blessed by the mother. And this is how she actually thought things would be so perfect on this planet. Everyone in cosmic abundance. And so tomorrow we will continue our journey, and every day we'll go deeper and deeper and deeper. So again, we're working only until the full moon, and then we will have again break the second part of the lunar cycle. And so if you already have the album, that will be a great time to practice on your own or with your friends or with your students. And then we'll again take it to the next level. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.